Hey, fellow freaksters, it's Tim from the Moratorium. Just here to remind you that if you enjoy what you hear, please like, share, and subscribe, then rinse and repeat. We're just a couple of small-town nerds trying to make sweet geek love to your ear holes, and we could use your support. Check out our website for movie reviews, links to social media, merch, movies, and more. You can find us at themoratorium.com. Now that that's out of the way, on with the shenanigans. Welcome to the Yarn Wall, a mini moratorium. I'm your host, Tim Kornman. On this episode, Jason and I take a long, drunken dive into the depths of IMDb. This is where we break down the last week's film and follow the yarn to make the thinnest and slightest connection to our next movie. It's kind of like a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game with slurred speech and double vision, which can only explain the sudden jump into the middle of the thread of the conversation that is the Yarn Wall.
Bob Balaban.
A little big guy.
And the cuteness is worn off.
Did I mention nudity?
That can be explained.
Awkward.
Staying in the AC and looking at IMDb.
I have a headache now. I pieced together something that was another just... This one wasn't a purposeful roundabout, but let's just say I went for a jog.
Did you bandy about?
I did. I went for a jog. I fell off the trail and rolled down the hill, kind of like, Tommy Boy? It wasn't Tommy Boy. It was... I had a lot of bumps, ran into a tree.
Yeah, you got, hit in the head with a golf ball or something.
Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like. So I'm exhausted now. I need a nap, and then we can do this podcast. Why don't you talk for about an hour and then just yell at me?
All right.
And I'm like,
I'm just going to read word for word. I'm just going to read people's trivia from IMDb.
You forgot where we were.
This trivia, the trivia on the Puppet Masters. You remember that movie? Mid 90s.
Talking about the one with the thing on their back who had Donald Sutherland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw that at the theater.
All of the male leads in the movie are from other better alien movies, like Keith David is in it. Donald Sutherland, was in Body Snatchers. There's a couple other people, the entire cast, basically. Yeah, Richard Belzer is in it too. I don't know why I think it's funny when Richard Belzer shows up and stuff. He was a comedian,
Yes, but then he got into doing Law and Order, wasn't it? Yeah.
He was so hilarious that they put him on Special Victims Unit,
You're like, he's obviously a perp.
Yeah, exactly. He is a kind of an odd looking dude.
I didn't remember Will Patton being in this.
Yeah, I didn't either. That name kind of, I was like, huh? Okay, well, all right.
I love Will Patton. I really do.
Yeah, he's another one of those dudes that just shows up in everything.
But you can't remember his name half the time.
Right, exactly. Well, there's also another Will Patton, I think, isn't there? Maybe I'm mixing Will Wheaton and Patton Oswalt or something.
Will Patton was in Roadhouse 2, Last Call.
What? Was that like a trailer for a TV show or something?
This has Jake Busey in it.
Oh, no. We're going to have to rethink this, guys. I didn't realize until I saw him in person this was not going to work.
This is while he's deep undercover in New York, DEA agent Shane Tanner, the son of legendary cooler Dalton, learns that his uncle Nate Tanner got beat up by a group of men. Oh my God, it goes on and on and on. It goes, because I don't care. Because he doesn't want to sell the Black Pelican, his bar in Tyree, Louisiana.
I hate Will Patton now. Is that who we were talking about?
He was Nate Tanner. Is he the owner of the bar? Is that what it said? I already lost it. I don't care.
He's also in one of the later Halloween, isn't he?
Yeah, he was the sheriff.
Oh, okay.
He kind of gave off a bracket vibe, but he was in the Nasty Boys.
Oh, yeah.
There's a TV series called The Nasty Boys?
I've never heard of that before. Did you know that there was a new WKRP in Cincinnati? Can we talk about that?
What?
Yeah, like.
All right, about freaking reboots and remakes, it would be just like saying Dalton had a son and
right.
went on to be a DEA agent who tried to bust up
Yeah, exactly.
thugs in a Roadhouse movie.
Right. Or he was a dance instructor at some fancy club, and then they, that is a shared universe, right? Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing and The Outsider. I like to think of him as all the same universe.
We can go with that.
Oh, and Red Dawn.
And Red Dawn. He survived and went on. Yeah.
What's that other one? That Steel? Oh my God! Let's just find that movie and talk about it for the rest of
the movie called Steel.
No, it's coming to me. It's one with Patrick Swayze, and he's got a sword that like transforms into shit.
Steel Dawn.
Steel Dawn.
Yes, not
Red
Shaquille
Dawn.
O'Neal in Steel. But
okay, that's a good distinction to make. Wait a minute.
Steel Dawn had Brian James, Arnold Vosloo.
I think every movie I've looked up today has that Brian James in it.
Really? Wow, are you following him today?
Yep.
In a post-apocalyptic world, a warrior wandering through the desert comes upon a group of settlers who are being menaced by a murderous gang that is after the water they control. It's always about water.
Yeah, it is, like solar babies, and I like it when you read those, but it also sounds like you took like all the punctuation out of it.
Oh, I did. Yeah. No, it's one sentence. Actually, there is no punctuation. There is one comma.
Oh, yeah, that was all one.
But it is one sentence.
Wow.
In a post-apocalyptic world, comma. That's it.
I would hope. My dog like barfed something up right when I said that. You okay, buddy?
Oh, he must have heard me.
He's tired of talking about this or listening to this. Who is Arnold Vosloo?
Arnold Vosloo.
Oh, he's the mummy, right?
That guy, yeah. Oh, his name in the mummy is I'm Hotep.
It's like I'm with stupid or something. What would that be in hieroglyphs? Just an arrow? Like me, arrow.
I want a shirt that says I'm with Hotep now.
Yeah, I'm with Hotep.
I'm with Hotep.
Hotep 2020.
Arnold Vosloo took over as Darkman.
Oh, okay. He does have a weird
head,
kind of an odd face, big face, big face.
Does he look like a Billy Zane because they both have shaved head now?
It's kind of Billy Zaning.
Billy Zaney.
I think Brian James is actually a good guy in Steel Dawn.
What?
Him and Patrick Swayze are kind of broing out.
No.
I don't know that I've ever seen him as a good guy in something.
Is he lovable? Do you just want to squeeze him?
No. He looks like Guy Fieri's like super grandpa or something. He's almost like albino. And then he also has that like soul patch and everything. Mm-hmm. His lip and hair situation is always what's weird about the movies he's in. His teeth are kind of strange, I guess, also. I mean, I'm not hating on the guy. He is very unique looking.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, he built a career out of being
weird looking, yeah.
The bad guy.
I guess in Striking Distance, he was a detective.
Oh.
So maybe he was kind of a good guy in that.
Also, you don't see him being very articulate much. You know, he does have lines in the movies that he's in, but, you know, buying him as like a pediatrician or something probably would never happen.
He's not typecast.
He's more like the bouncer at one of those 80s movies bars.
At a double deuce. Anyway, hey, while we're at it, Welcome to the Yarn Wall.
Finally.
It's 12 minutes into the podcast. I'm your host, Tim Cornman. With
And
me
I'm
as
Jason
always
Walker.
is... Oh, I hate it when I talk over you.
Man, I really right in the middle of it. It takes about an hour and a half to really get into a good flow.
Yeah.
You know?
And then we're just exhausted.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, with me as always is...
Jason Walker.
Oh, usually after an hour and a half of this podcast, I'm just drenched with sweat, covered in feces. Some of it may be mine. I don't know where the other shit came from.
Ashtray just overflowing with cigarette butts.
Yeah, and I don't even smoke.
That's not even my brand. Do you remember a movie called Tiger Warsaw?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I've never seen it,
You know the...
but I know the box art.
box art is pretty badass.
I don't even know what it's about. Tiger Warsaw. Chuck brought sorrow to his family when he shot his father and now is a semi-invalid. After 15 years of self-destruction, he returns home to seek forgiveness. Tiger Warsaw. I think that's my new favorite thing, is turning everything into a slapstick comedy that has no comedy whatsoever in it.
It's like a made-for-TV movie. I'm literally just scrolling through IMDb, but I did find something that I'm just going to call it a repressed memory, because once I dug deeper and deeper, I was like, oh boy, yeah, I remember it, and also loved it at the time. So
Right.
That's just another reason you don't have to revisit some of these old movies. If you think they've, aged poorly, then just, carry that memory with you. And
I thought about that too. Is it better to have a memory that you're fond of and never go back to, just like Caveman?
Yeah.
I loved it growing up.
When you were 7.
We revisited it and I'm done. I don't have to see it ever again.
Right. Like we had a service for it.
Is it better to go ahead and watch it again and close the book and you can wipe that memory out of your head? I don't have to think about this ever again.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've even done that to movies that I still consider good movies and came away like, ugh, I wish I hadn't watched
What
it.
did I see in
But
this?
it's also just being so, you see a movie enough times, and I've seen the movie so many times that I can concentrate on other things that are going on in the background, like actors, doing shit in the background and, sets and stuff like that, like little...
No, I absolutely love catching an extra doing something stupid in the background.
Staring straight at the camera.
or driving. In Repo Man, Fox Harris and his non-driving skills.
Yeah.
Are the shots that he's driving in, is he being pulled by a trailer maybe?
Oh, no, I didn't see a lot of that. I'd say it might have just been projected, but they shoot him from an angle where it is unclear if the car is moving or whatever.
But it's always, when somebody's driving in some of these movies, they're obviously just moving the steering wheel back and forth for movement. And if they were actually driving, the cars would just be all over the freaking road.
Exactly. It'd be like a police squad or something where Leslie Nielsen's just calmly driving and hit the guy with crutches and hey asshole, have that I agree. Driving's tough. For Kill Bill, I think Quentin Tarantino really wanted Uma. She's really driving in some of those scenes. It's obvious that it's just projected on the back, and that's what they're kind of going for, like a jarring, weird...
Right, it's a stylistic thing.
Yeah. But anyway, he really wanted her to, actually drive the car, and I think she got in a wreck and hurt herself. And,
oh, God.
Oh, it's a horrible story.
Have you gone back to look at any of Repo Man's? Because we glossed over a ton of trivia.
Oh.
And I've just pulled it back up to look at it. And maybe that's why, because it says at the top, it'll tell you it's showing all 86 items. There
God.
are 86 entries for trivia on this movie. Probably more information than we've had on any
Yeah.
movie that we've ever done.
Yeah, I do see that. It just keeps going and going and going. Is all of it related to Repo Man? Like, legitimately?
Well, I hope it's not trivia for another movie. I mean,
It is very specific. Like, according to Alex Cox, Emilio Estevez was fond of parading around in his drawers. I guess that means his tidy-whities?
mm-hmm. Miller talks about his cosmic unconsciousness. You'll be thinking about a plate of shrimp, and all of a sudden someone will say plate or shrimp or plate of shrimp. Later, the two Latinos who have stolen the car park outside a diner in which features a large sign in one of its windows reading plate O shrimp $2.95. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, is it? But I mean, didn't we talk about that last time also?
We mentioned it. I knew I'd read that before.
Right.
But I didn't. I just wanted to read off of IMDb for a couple of hours here.
That's literally all that I'm capable of right now. Wait a minute. In the movie Cop Car, the sheriff, played by Kevin Bacon, that's already the mind boggles. He's driving a pickup that has the same license plate as the freaking Malibu. Have you ever heard of a movie called Cop Car?
Yes.
Oh,
I've seen it.
It's a new movie, right?
Well, it's newer.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess that's not as weird as I thought.
When the motorcycle cop stops the Malibu in the first scene and opens the trunk, the license plate reads K8B283. When the trunk is closed, the plate reads 127 GBH.
Whoa.
I remembered seeing it different.
I did not. So that was on purpose, obviously, right?
Isn't.
Did we find out if the one that you see the most has any significance?
No, just the 127 GBH. GBH is the punk name of a punk band.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is grievous bodily harm. Yeah. The police code list code 10127 as vehicle lightly damaged. So 127 grievous bodily harm. Okay. Anyway.
Yes.
The studio suggested Mick Jagger for the role of Bud.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who's Lee Ving? He was also considered for the role of Bud.
Who is it?
Lee Ving.
Huh.
I think that's a fake name, Leaving.
Maybe.
He is best known for the front man of the seminal LA hardcore punk band Fear. His film appearances include Flashdance, Streets of Fire, Clue.
We need to do Streets of Fire.
I guess he has a song and soundtrack of Repo Man.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. I've got to get the Criterion Collection.
There's a ton of shit with it.
I'm going to see the complete, unedited John Wayne was a fag conversation.
You think there was more?
There has to be at least another 15 minutes of that. That might be one of my favorite scenes in the movie where he just kind of spits that out calmly and all of them kind of lean forward at him, That was pretty cool. And they're just oddly cutting his hair at the same time.
That's it. And when they stop cutting his hair, he continues to cut his own hair.
Yes, with the mirror. I love that guy.
I started to follow him for a bit to make this yarn.
Yeah.
He's got an interesting career.
He does.
But he's always playing a weird guy. And he's played off on it. I guess he's got 177 credits.
Yeah. Exactly.
So even if you're typecast, fuck it. Cash it in.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, that seems like the best.
Well, you've got credits like he's homeless man, landlord, janitor. He plays a janitor, and he's a janitor in another. He's janitor in Midnight Sun, and he's janitor in Prison Break series. How many times has he played janitor? Ancient Trucker and Trailer Park of Terror. I've never seen this.
I've never heard of that, I don't think.
Trailer Park of Terror, 2008. 6 troubled high schoolers and their leader become lost after the bus crashes during a raging storm. They seeks, this is how it reads, they seeks refuge for the night in an abandoned trailer park managed by a sexy woman, Norma.
That isn't where I thought that was going.
Nope. No, not at all.
But I'm looking it up right now. See if I can rent it up.
It's got Priscilla Barnes in it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just now looking at Lee being having a beer with Judith Light, and who's the boss?
So Priscilla Barnes took over in Three's Company.
Yeah.
When Suzanne Summers, I think she wanted more money, and they kind of just wrote her off.
Yes. And then it's like, well...
Was she playing her, like, cousin or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Can you imagine the uproar that would have caused? Glad we didn't have to live through that. Oh, wait, I guess we were alive, but... I could just read on these TV credits for these people. It's just...
Oh, I've got one today that we're going to cross, and I'll spend some time on him, that he has been in so many. I think I started adding up how many times he played a character named Clarence. I mean, it's just over.
And I see that a lot too. I don't know. I'm not thinking too hard about who you're talking about, but you see that too. Like they sometimes will have the same name just because he's like that character is like in all of these universes. You know,
it seems that way.
That's how I like to think of it. Like Al Leong is like there's like hundreds of Al Leongs. And they're in all these different timelines and ooh. We need to make that movie.
To clear up shared universes here. Mm-hmm. Okay, because a few weeks ago we were doing a yarn wall and we brought up She's Having a Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I went through She's Having a Baby.
You brought it up.
Because it had everybody in it, uncredited. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
I've uncovered the truth about this. I didn't watch the movie.
Wow.
I didn't watch the movie, but there's a clip on YouTube that shows it, and I don't remember this, but, you know, John Hughes always enjoyed doing post-credit sequence.
Yeah, like while the credits were rolling.
Right. And that's what it was. Everybody shows up for a brief second to put in their 2 cents of what they should name the baby.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's pretty cool.
And that's where they were actually playing the characters, and I didn't know that either. So
I got to watch that now.
There is a clip on YouTube. It's out of sync.
Okay.
Which also adds some humor to it. When you see John Candy's voice and you hear Kirstie Alley's voice behind it, it's just a little strange.
Oh, man. That either sends somebody to therapy or like becomes a huge like sexual thing for them. You know, they're turned on by. That's scary.
Yes. So anyway, I'm going to close that tab. She's Having a Baby. End credits.
All right. I think we can all agree that that's the last time She's Having a Baby.
And maybe I can click off of Tiger Warsaw. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not coming back up. I can guarantee. No, not if I have anything to say about it.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring this up right now. Okay, this is not my deep dive.
Okay.
But I feel like we're going to continue to cross this guy's path unless we talk about him. Maybe if we talk about him for a brief moment, he'll stop showing up.
I was about to say, you said unless, and that makes me think that it's like an urban legend, like Candyman or something. Who is this?
I think you could probably figure it out.
Okay, give me a hint.
We've mentioned him every episode.
Alejandro Rey?
No.
Okay.
No, this is not a leading man.
Okay.
You don't recognize his face.
Don't recognize his face? Oh, wait a minute. Does his last name a delicious treat? Because I think I might know.
You're on it. Alan Fudge.
What is his middle name? It's going to be funnier if we can say his middle name too.
Oh, jeez.
I know we probably talked about it, but do you think is that his Christian name?
Oh, well,
Fudge.
let me read up a little bit here.
He was born in Kansas, so
I think I mentioned to you before, I was thinking about doing a deep dive on him, but he has one thing in trivia.
okay.
One thing. And he was in the Ash Alley Singers, a folk music group in Tucson, Arizona, in 1962.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Can you imagine Alan Fudge with long hair and like the gigantic mustache beating a bongo?
Another member of the group, Bob Kimmel, went on to form the Stone Ponies without Alan.
I actually heard of them.
Yes, which hooked up with Linda Ronstadt. That was her first group.
Oh, man. Okay, you got me.
Alan Fudge has 163 credits.
Jeez. He's Dr. Fudge by now, isn't he? And did he get his PhD in fudgeology?
He died in 2011 of lung and liver cancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Sorry to bring him back down. But Alan Fudge was probably in every TV show imaginable.
I'm looking at him right now. I mean, it's like, yeah, he's in the sweet spot. He's on Scarecrow and Mrs. King, St. Elsewhere, Riptide.
He was in Gunsmoke, was his first.
Yeah, sure. He kind of looks like or Bonanza. Or he kind of has like a Dan Blocker, he's just a big, doughy white guy.
He was in a show called Apple's Way.
Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that.
Oh, I did click on this before because Apple's Way is the Apple family adjust to life in a small Iowa town. That's what you got.
Man.
George Apple, Ronnie Cox.
Oh, okay. Vincent Van Patten.
Yeah,
he's the younger Van Patten, right?
Christine McNichol. She was in Apple.
Yeah.
But she was only in 16 episodes, so I wonder if they killed her off or...
She wasn't wearing her bra in one episode, and they already aired it before they figured it out. Man.
Alan Fudge was in 3 episodes of that, blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
But yeah, Mannix.
Do you ever on Columbo, maybe?
He was on The Manhunter.
I don't know that one.
Same. Set in the Depression, Dave Barrett, a farmer, works as a bounty hunter to help his family. During the Depression? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. He was in Kung Fu also.
Yeah, I saw that.
Airport 1975, Lucas Tanner, Moving On. I don't know what
MASH,
Moving On is.
Starsky and Hutch, McMillan and Wife.
I've never seen McMillan in life. I can say that.
I've never seen it either. I don't even think I've ever clicked on it. Should I click on it now? Should I click on it?
I did.
Oh, are you worse for it?
Oh.
It's Rock Hudson.
Oh, okay.
Susan St. James.
Oh, you're not anything unless you've been an injured soldier in MASH.
But Alan Fudge was in a movie called Capricorn 1.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yep.
Never seen it. But I watched the trailer for it, and I was interested. I almost wanted to go to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got Elliot Gould, James Brolin, O.J. Simpson, Hal Holbrook, Karen Black, Telly Savalas.
There's your 70s Mount Rushmore right there.
That's it.
No, I've seen it before.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
Where they faked a moon landing or something? Is
right,
that what it was?
Right. But I only saw it like years later, like on TV, so I don't know how it fell within. I mean, because there is because the famous conspiracy theory is that Stanley Kubrick, filmed the moon landing or whatever. But I don't know how this movie falls in with when that like conspiracy theory was going around.
And that was 77.
Right. I think it was when that conspiracy stuff really was like starting to, everybody like believed in aliens and, it was a weird time, I think. There's a bunch of movies like that too.
Written and directed by Peter Hyams?
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Mhm.
Hyams does.
He directed 2010.
Oh, interesting.
He directed Outland.
Oh, man. Seen that movie plenty of times.
He did Time Cop. He did The Relic.
Oh,
You talked about The Relic. You
what?
liked The Relic.
I love that movie. Man, that monster in that movie is probably one of my favorite monsters.
Oh my God, he directed Stay Tuned.
Oh.
We keep bringing this up. We're going to have to visit that. John Ritter, Pam Dauber, Jeffrey Jones,
Yeah.
Eugene Levy.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost everything that you could want in a TV show.
Oh my God. Peter Hyams directed Running Scared.
Oh, man.
And why is his name not familiar to us?
I swear I just saw it. It was just goofing around. I don't know where that came from.
Man, now this guy's going on my list.
Yeah, for sure. I'm writing it down too, right as you're talking.
Peter Hyams.
Peter. Just say the word Peter every once in a while.
All right. So do we need to spend a little bit more time on Alan Fudge so he doesn't come back up again?
Why did we first start talking about him?
Because he kept showing up.
Yeah.
It's because he's in every TV show.
Yeah.
Matt Houston, he was in The Natural.
He's been in a couple of bigger movies, hasn't he? Oh my God, he's in My Demon Lover. Wasn't I just saying something about that the other day?
Yeah, because How Did This Get Made just did it. Yes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't really remember watching.
I've seen it, and I think I went to the theater to see it, and that may be the only time I've ever seen it.
Right. I mean, Alan Fudge is like the fifth credit in IMDb.
He was a couple of different characters in Matlock.
Cool.
He played Paul Davies, John Brady, and Jack Sylvester. Again, nobody recognizes his face. He could keep coming back to the same series and play different characters and probably just put on a hat.
He should be an X-Man by this point. Like, he can just constantly, like, he's like a shapeshifter. Or no, it's not even that. It's just your eyes kind of slide off his face. You know what I mean? In, like, your peripheral vision, it's like, why did they put that armoire like right in the middle of that room and then it kind of pans over? Oh, it's Alan Fudge.
He was in Murder, She Wrote. He played Councilman Axelrod, Derek St. James, Brian Wade, Thomas Godfrey, and Gus Hayward. 5 different characters.
Also, is there like a 70s like public servant name generator or something where there's just a bunch of names? And what was the first one? Axelrod?
Yes, Councilman Axelrod.
It just seems distracting in the movie or in the show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like every time somebody says that name.
All right, so I'm going to close off of Alan Fudge only to bring up something else. And I thought I was going to make this guy my deep dive, and I decided against it. Okay. Just because I wanted to poke fun at him.
Okay.
All right, because I don't know if he's Mr. Cool or if I just want to run up to him and kick him in the nuts. I'm not sure yet.
I'm intrigued right now. Is it Pauly Shore?
No. It's Jeremy Sisto.
Okay.
Jeremy Sisto was the love interest in the movie May. Do you remember May?
The like Japanese horror?
No. May was
this dude.
A socially awkward veterinary assistant with a lazy eye and an obsession with perfection descends into depravity after developing a crush on a boy with perfect hands.
Okay.
That's Angela Beatus. I like her. But she played Carrie White.
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah. And she also is in Toolbox Murders.
Yes.
The new Toolbox Murders.
But now May, it's interesting. It's creepy freaking movie.
I'm looking at it right now, and I really thought that is the movie that I was thinking of. I could have sworn that it was there's like a manga or something called May, but that was a weird movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. All right, it was just it was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but Jeremy Sisto has 109 credits. You can look up his shit. He's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah,
but The reason why I was bringing him up, I want to look at his bio information just for a minute here because I don't know if it's cool. Jeremy's father, Dick Sisto,
Love that.
is a jazz DJ and musician.
Okay.
I think the first time I probably saw him was in Hideaway. I didn't realize it was him.
That was a Dean Koontz story, right?
Right. And I wanted to go down a Dean Koontz pathway for a minute, saying that, just like Stephen King,
hasn't made a lot of good movies.
A lot of his movies sucked. A lot of those early movies just
not great.
Not great.
No.
I don't remember Hideaway. Was it good?
All I remember is his scene, which occurs it's like the cold open of the movie. He's like in the attic of a house, and he's basically like sacrificing himself to the devil. He like throws himself onto this big like hunting knife and kills himself. And then I think he kind of like the first power a little bit just keeps popping up and fucking with people. I don't even remember who the main.
That is Goldblum.
Oh, he's as the like main character, like the.
I think so.
Wow. Oh, you're right. But I remember thinking when I saw that movie, I was like, I know that actor. So there's something. This first movie, it says, is Grand Canyon, which I have seen, but I don't know if I would pick him out of it.
Huge drama, too. And
he's in Clueless, which I've seen several times. I think that's where I'm thinking of him from.
This is what I wanted to point out, that he has a daughter by the name of Charlie Ballerina Sisto.
Okay. Finger at a time when everybody was just...
I don't know is that cool? Are you putting the girl on a pedestal now? If she doesn't become a ballerina or a dancer of some kind...
Yeah, you're going to really fuck up this kid.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's just like, I think I'll call her, what do we got here? Juliet Cardboard Box Sisto.
That's close to what his son's name is.
Oh, no.
Bastian Kick Sisto.
That is for sure a George Lucas, like Star Wars name. Sounds like a bounty hunter.
Kick Sisto. Exactly. That kind of sounds cool, but Bastian, I don't know if I want to say he's a cool guy or I want to kick him in the nuts. Look what you did to these kids.
Yeah. The dad or the son or both.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Something called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are undead.
Yes.
Never heard of that. There's also in a short called Blow Me.
Yes, I did see that.
He's an American Dad. Okay. All right. So where are you going with this, Counselor?
Going nowhere with this guy. I'm getting ready to break out into my deep dive. Yeah, I'm just perusing through.
I'll buy you some time. Man, Alan Fudge. Can we call him Big Alan Fudge? I know that people probably didn't, but I like that name.
You'd like to think that they called him Big Alan Fudge.
Okay, I got to get back in. I still got Lee Ving hanging out and Puppet Masters. Marshall Bell was in Puppet Masters. There's actually a lot of people that were in this.
I enjoy looking at some of the voice actors too.
Yeah, sure.
And this guy that I'm getting ready to talk about has been a voice actor in a lot of stuff.
My guy has too. And one thing that I've uncovered.
Here's my guy.
Okay.
He's been around. Once you see his face and you immediately recognize him for really one character.
Oh, okay.
But he's been around for a long time. Born in 1930, still pushing it. John Aston.
Oh, what's his first name? He's Adams.
Gomez Adams.
Gomez, man, that took me way too long.
And that's what he's going to be known for the rest of his life.
Well, yeah, sure.
I mean, he pioneered that role and came back to do it many times after. Very interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
So John Aston, it says here, I love this on his bio, dark-haired, usually mustachioed.
Mm-hmm.
Directly his picture on IMDb, he does not have a mustache.
But looking at it, it feels a little odd. Like,
yeah, you're like, that wasn't a good choice. You should put that back in.
Give me a Sharpie. Let me fix this. Much better. he had that little thin mustache in Adam's Family, and I do like that a lot.
He began performing minor plays, doing voiceover work for commercials. Got noticed in a small role in West Side Story. Appeared in several other films before being cast as Gomez Addams. And it says it was a huge hit, but if you look, it was on for 2 seasons.
Really? I do that sometimes where I'm completely taken aback by, yeah, I mean, you just remember them like running forever, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe you were just seeing the same like 20 episodes just over and over again.
64 episodes for 2 seasons. So it's not
okay.
It's not nothing, but it's like it should have been on for years.
Yeah, feels like it.
So very interesting. John Astin, he came back to play in several, I guess there were several movies, maybe, at least one that was it was like a Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween with a new Addams Family movie.
Yeah. What era?
In 1977.
Yeah. They did that a lot.
But there was a cartoon of the Addams Family in which he played Gomez Addams.
Wow.
It was only on for 2 seasons. In 1992 and 93, that was only 21 episodes. Rip Taylor played Uncle Fester's voice in that.
Awesome.
Edie McClurg was in 21 episodes. She plays Mrs. Norman Meyer. I don't know. Ruth Buzzy, Earl Bowen.
Yeah.
Lots of voice work here.
It's weird thinking of them doing cartoons, you know? I had no idea.
I think it's very interesting that the Addams Family is like embedded into our early culture, but it wasn't on for very long. Really wasn't.
Right.
I think in his trivia it says that he refused to watch the new movies.
You would think more people listening to this would be more familiar with, because the movies were awesome too, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least the first one, you know?
Let's see. He played the Riddler in Batman TV series. He was in the original Star Trek series as Captain John Daly. You know, he's in The Flying Nun. He's in Gunsmoke.
Oh my God, I've got Flying Nun written down right here. Yeah.
Death Valley Days as a TV series. Oh my God, that was 18 seasons? What the shit? 296 episodes? Never seen it.
Didn't it have Ronald Reagan in it? I might be thinking.
Looking, Denver Pile's in it.
Oh man.
I don't know. I shouldn't have clicked on that.
No, that seems like a bad idea. Because now I'm doing it. I'm kind of like spiraling down.
But we brought this up before, and I'll bring it up again. So my guy, he was in the movie Candy.
Okay.
All right. We brought it up before because Ringo Starr is in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Just can't let go.
Can't let it go. Candy has Marlon Brando, Richard Burton, James Coburn, John Huston, Walter Matthau, Ringo Starr, and John Astin. Lots of faces. And it reads, Candy Christian. An innocent high schooler encounters numerous colorful characters and humorous sexual situations while attempting to find a meaning in life. I only hope she's not having sex with Marlon Brando, Richard Burton, James Coburn, John Huston, Walter Matthau, Ringo Starr, and John Astin. Please.
Good Lord. When Richard Burton is your, like, punk in the movie,
his name's Mephisto.
Something is terribly wrong.
Marlon Brando is named Grindel. It's spelled grind with an L at the end. I don't know.
I do not like this at all. At all. It shows a still of John Huston, and he looks like he just crop dusted this poor girl because he's obviously has no control. God. And there's one with Richard Burton just nuzzling her. The girl looks like she's 16 years old.
It looks all wrong.
Every bit of it. What?
Should not have clicked on the pictures.
Tim, I'm throwing my computer away. There's no way to come back from this.
Is this Marlon Brando in several wigs?
Oh my God. It looks like Marlon Brando trying to be,
Jamie Gum?
there's that and a little bit of, the Love Guru. This is awful.
I'm so sorry.
Whoever did this should be ashamed of themselves.
Wait till I make my yarn straight to this movie.
Ugh.
And
I can't wait.
then all of a sudden it's welcome to the yarn wall. I'm your host, Tim.
And we just do it all over again,
by
like
myself.
Groundhog Day. We're doing Caveman. No, I want out.
So he was also in a movie called Evil Roy Slade.
Okay.
The meanest villain in the West falls for a pretty school teacher and tries to change his ways. But a determined and egomaniacal singing sheriff is out to capture him. A singing sheriff.
No.
Starring Mickey Rooney, Henry Gibson, Dom DeLuise, Milton Berle, John Astin,
Oh my God.
and Pat Morita.
None of those guys have ever eaten a vegetable in their entire lives. It is just red meat and whiskey. When you said all the names, their faces kind of flashed in my mind, and I was just like, oh, wow.
Anyway, Evil Roy Slade. It just seemed interesting that I've never heard of this. It was a TV movie.
Oh,
And it was written by Gary Marshall
okay.
and Jerry Belson.
Okay.
Do you remember what Jerry Belson is from?
No, I don't know who Jerry Belson is.
Jerry Belson is the breather in Student Bodies.
Oh.
Very interesting. I just saw that and I'm like, oh my God.
Why, as Richard Brando?
That means from this movie, he decided, Brando's a better name. I'm going to write under him.
I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brando's not in this movie.
No.
Anyway.
John Astin looks kind of insane in that movie. Why does he have a teddy bear?
I don't know. I love it, though. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's the most wanted and most hilarious outlaw in the West. Evil Roy Slade. And he has a teddy bear.
There's another guy in that show that if you look at it, he's the one that has the Star Trek uniform on.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's in a ton of Roger Corman movies. I think he plays the devil in The Undead.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just saw it. He has a very, Joe Piscopo, like a New York looking face. He's also in a lot of Police Academy movies. But anyway, I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to bring it up again.
John Astin was in Operation Petticoat.
Okay, good.
Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels.
Wait a minute.
Additional voices for the cartoons.
Whose voice did he do?
It just says additional voices.
Oh, okay. I remember he is the voice of something I almost want to say, isn't he Boris Badenoff in Rocky and Bullwinkle?
He has a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
But his stuff goes on forever. He was in Different Strokes, Riptide, National Lampoon's European Vacation. Remember he was the Pig and a Poke host when they were on the game show at the very beginning.
Oh, my God.
He was several characters in The Love Boat, St. Elsewhere. He was in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
As what, Dr. Gangrene?
Gotcha, yeah.
There is a cartoon of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, I slightly remember that.
Don't remember that. He comes back to play Professor Gangrene.
Oh, man.
In Return of the Killer Tomatoes, he comes back to play Professor Gangrene.
Reprising his role.
Yeah. He was a recurring character in Night Court.
Well, yeah. He's Harry's dad, right?
Is that right? Buddy Ryan?
I don't quote me on that, but I thought it was his dad.
In the cartoon of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, it was Dr. Gangrene. So
Okay.
Professor got his PhD.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
But his full name is Dr. Putrid T. Gangrene.
is that Scottish? What is that?
That's it. Killer Tomatoes Eat France. Back as Professor Mortimer Gangrene.
Are these all the same person, or are they like?
Yes.
Wow. I like to think of it as there's this like quadruplets or something. They were separated at birth.
They made a cartoon after Problem Child. Did not know that.
Thank God I didn't know that.
He plays a character named General Pierre Habib Johnson. Murder, She Wrote, Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat. He was the judge in The Frighteners.
He's in Welcome Back, Kotter as Mr. Gore.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like maybe like a cousin of those guys.
Oh, so there is a new Addams Family TV show that came out.
Yeah.
There was 65 episodes, and he came back as Grandpa.
I mean, he's in his 80s probably, right? Or I guess 70s then.
It says one season, 65 episodes.
You are walking all around one of these trivia, and I keep on waiting for you to bring it up, but it's blowing my mind that I didn't know that.
That his adopted son is Sean Astin?
Yeah, I did not know that.
Did not
at
know
all.
That. He was married to Patty Duke.
Yeah.
And that's where I guess he had a child, Mackenzie Astin. She already had Sean, and together they had Mackenzie.
Gotcha. Mackenzie, actress?
Yeah,
I guess.
you know Mackenzie Astin. Come on, you want to pull
I'm
him up
looking
now?
Oh, the dude. I thought that was a girl's name. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, of course.
Where do I know him from, though? Oh, yeah, right. Iron Will. I've seen that.
He was in The Facts of Life.
Oh, he was the little kid, right?
Yes. Garbage Pail Kids movie?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like the main character, I think.
I think so.
That's such a gross movie.
Yes, it was.
Oh, my God. I'm, again, have too many IMDb tabs open, but listen to this. He's in a movie called Hell and Mr. Fudge. If Alan Fudge is in this, if he wrote this movie, then we're stopping the podcast.
Wow. I'm letting you go down that hole. I don't even want to know.
I'm going to drive over to your house and high-five you if Alan Fudge is in this movie. No, I haven't seen.
Okay.
I do see a guy named Bill Billions. That's the actor's name, not his name in the movie.
John Astin has been involved in more productions of The Addams Family than any other actor in history. From playing a family patriarch, Gomez, on The Addams Family, Halloween with The Addams Family, The Addams Family 1992, and the grandfather on The New Addams Family 1998.
Wow. Yeah, maybe that's why it seems like it ran longer than it did, because
he just kept showing
that's a
up.
very beloved show for it only to have 2 seasons. It's weird.
Played the same character, Gomez Addams, on 3 different series. The Addams Family, the new Scooby-Doo movies in 1972, and The Addams Family, 1992.
That is very interesting.
Very interesting. That was my biggest thing that I pulled out of this was Sean Astin. And that was how did I not know this?
Right. Or did I know that and just completely forgot because it doesn't have anything to do with my day-to-day life? I've got to point out something that we just kind of went past as we were going through that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
TV series called The Quest from 76.
Okay.
Created by Keenan Wynn. Do you know who Keenan Wynn is?
I feel like we've talked about him before, but I can't pull him out.
We have. The writer of The Quest is this guy named Keenan Wynn's son. He is in freaking everything. He was in Dr. Strangelove. He was in Orca, you know? The one with
right, yeah.
Jaws ripoff.
No, I ended up on a 1976 movie The Quest.
Maybe it is a movie, but it says series in it somewhere. But anyway.
1976, The Quest. Two brothers search the West for their sister, who was kidnapped as a child and is now living with a tribe of Indians. Starring Kurt Russell.
And Tim Matheson.
Tim Matheson.
It's got Dan O'Herlihy in it. It's got Keenan Wynn in it.
It's got Neville Brand in it.
It's got Eric Estrada in it.
It has Luke Askew. Oh my God. Incredible.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Cameron Mitchell.
The old Indian is played by Iron Eyes Cody. And I got nothing. My mind is blown.
Yeah, I'm still scrolling.
At some point, we have to put a stop to this, you know? We're going to go literally insane.
I know. When I close my eyes, it's just like constantly scrolling like Van Patten brothers and how they are controlling Hollywood.
It's incredible.
Oh my God, Alan Fudge in one episode of The Quest.
Oh my gosh.
His name's Ira Butler. Oh, that'd be so great if every character he played was like, Keith Barr, like Barr, like in Hudson Hawk when they were all named after like candy bars, Okay. Can I click off of this? It's still going.
We're going to have to. It hurts. Oh my God.
Now I almost feel like I'm in the index of IMDb. It's just every actor and I'm just scrolling through them. I forgot where this started.
I know I still have a tab here open on John Astin. Let me see.
Yeah. I'm going to narrow this down a little bit. Hey, that was good, though. John Astin was, I really like him.
He was in a movie called Body Slam, 1986. Dirk Benedict, Tanya Roberts, Roddy Piper.
Oh.
Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh, man.
And Billy Barty.
You think Billy Barty was ever on Hollywood Squares? Popping up, put a couple of phone books under.
Just see his hand every once in a while.
Yeah. Hey. Back here.
Oh, and Captain Lou Albano.
Of course.
Albano.
Sometimes I feel like I learn things, and sometimes I feel like some of this is like just erasing better stuff. You know what I mean?
You've got a good point there. I looked at my kid the other day, and it took me 5-6 seconds to come up with her name. I was stunned.
Yeah. Well, you were drunk, too.
And it was at breakfast, so, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to this now. Can we close a tab on John Astin? Do we need to... He's got 157 credits.
Yeah.
But that doesn't include all the many things that he did under this.
Yeah.
He's been in so many different series that was a recurring role. He was in a cartoon. There's 6 seasons of a Disney cartoon called Recess.
Nope,
never
heard of it.
Never heard of it because it's new. No, nobody cares anymore. I say new, 98, 99.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He was in Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, I saw that.
Johnny Bravo, Duckman, Private Dick.
Oh, man. Duckman's so good. Just, I think we've decided that these are just to shine a light on old 70s character actors that are in everything.
Everything.
A lot of TV. Can you imagine doing Love Boat one week and then just, slam right into,
Hardcastle and McCormick.
Yeah. Yeah.
BJ and the Bear.
Oh. Beretta. Okay, so, yeah. John Astin, great character actor, beloved character actor. Was he in an episode of WKRP in Cincinnati?
I didn't see that.
That's something we're going to have to... I'll write that down. A WKRP check. Got it. I'm circling it and putting a star around it. And I'll highlight it later. I've got a bunch of office supplies.
All right. Well, take me to your guy. Take me to your leader.
All right, so yeah, I mean, this guy isn't as well known as John Astin, but same thing. Got just dependable character actor that's in. I mean, his acting credits are pretty great too. But same stuff. Beretta, Ben Casey. He's in Batman, 66 Batman. My favorite Martian. It's a guy
Well,
named
that's good.
Michael Pataki. That ring a bell for you?
No.
Once you see him, you will realize that you've seen him in a lot of stuff, I think. It's Pataki. Pataki.
This is your guy, Michael Pataki?
Yeah.
He looks familiar.
So,
He was in, yeah, he was a Russian in Rocky IV.
biggest role.
He was in Halloween 4 as Dr. Hoffman.
I could not place that, and when I tried to Google it, I was just like, okay, no, I can't get bogged down in this right now. Yeah. He was in Remo Williams the year before, Rocky IV.
I just watched that again the other day. I just happened upon it, and I love it when I click on a movie, and it's right in my favorite part.
Yeah, right.
Which was Fred Ward just going through the obstacle course
Yeah.
that Chun set up for him.
Yeah.
And when he gets down to the end of it, he just raises his arm. He's like, ta-da! And then Chun says, okay, now, come back. And he turns out the lights. He's like, well, how can I do that? And he was like, your mind, use your memory. And immediately just hear crash, bang, and burn.
Yeah. Damn, now you got me off on Fred Ward. Gotta do that guy too. Anyway, yeah. Prolific, to say the least. Is it a bunch of biker movies, as he, started out?
Well, Easy Rider.
That's another one that I'm going to have to go back and pick him out. And I'll just say this, it's probably the case with a lot of these actors that I like. He's in a Joel era MST called Side Hackers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that one?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we keep bringing it up.
It's pretty punishing. Oh, yeah, I think we brought it up because we were talking about Ross Hagen, who's the star of that one. So this guy and his performance in Side Hackers, he's got like a gang, but he's like a stunt motorcycle guy. But they've created this thing called side hacking, and I'm like created in quotation marks. I'm still not sure really what it is. It's motorcycle racing with a side cart, sort of. You know what? I don't even want to explain it. Side hacking is a thing that they do with their motorcycles. But his performance in that is really like, he does look crazy. He's very eccentric performance.
Oh, and here it is. That's why I couldn't find it. It's called 5 the Hard Way.
Right. I knew that.
Interesting.
MST, it's called Side Hackers.
Yes, and it shows the box art here. It says the Side Hackers.
He's also in Dead and Buried,
right?
Which is a movie that I like.
I really need to go back and watch that.
That's come up before, and I think I said it was a Richard Matheson story, and now I'm not quite so sure. Should I look it up? No.
Here's a 1972 film, Grave of the Vampire.
He's been in a couple of vampire movies. Dracula's Dog, which sounds awesome. Look, he's Dracula, but, he can't help but giggle when the dog licks his face,
We've talked about this one, Sweet 16.
Yeah, right.
Because it's just a slasher.
That's just like a kind of exploitation movie. Halloween 4. He was in Spider-Man in 77. Almost always plays a bad guy, I would say. He's a cop every once in a while, and he's also like a security guard every once in a while. I think generally he's like in these old westerns and war movies. He's kind of a bad guy.
He was also in the Amazing Spider-Man series as Captain Barbera.
Oh.
Several episodes. It was 1977.
Was he in WKRP in Cincinnati? You bet he was in 78.
Ooh.
And Laverne and Shirley. And the Jeffersons. And the Fall Guy. And Airwolf.
Alice, Little House on the Prairie. BJ and the Bear, Charlie's Angels.
He did a bunch of movies with Charles Band, obviously, because that's
what you do.
Softcore comedy musical Cinderella. Okay. I'm glad that's at the very end. He's a Klingon in the original Star Trek.
Karnas. And he's in The Next Generation.
They're crediting him with the first time that, like, the Klingon language is spoken in... I'm not a Star Trek person, so I'm not really sure, but, that would be that would be a milestone.
First one to speak Klingon.
Huge if true.
He was in a movie called Sweet Jesus Preacherman.
His name in Side Hackers is JC.
Interesting. He was in a movie called Heterosexualis.
Are you pronouncing that right?
I didn't spell it out. That's the way it is. He's the lead in that. It doesn't even have a plot. It's a comedy, 1 hour and 9 minutes long. Heterosexualis.
Ooh, that's not sounding good.
Yeah.
He was in The Flying Nun with Alejandro Ray.
Oh.
Love that guy.
What is Paul Sand in Friends and Lovers? TV series from 1974. That is Paul Sand, who was the producer guy in Can't Stop the Music.
Okay. God. I don't want to watch that again.
I don't even want to look at his face, but it was a TV series in 74. He was in Beretta. Happy Days. Yeah. He was in several episodes of Happy Days.
I feel like he was like a dumb buddy of like Fonzie or something.
Well, he was in it was a 3-part series called Fonzie Loves Pinky.
Right. Pinky Tuscadero.
Very good. Who played Pinky?
I always get her mixed up with the other girl, Leather Tuscadero. That's her sister, I guess.
Okay.
Well, she's Susie Quattro. She's like I remember that episode. She's kind of cute, like punk chick that Fonzie kind of falls for.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I'm just looking here now at Roz Kelly. She was in New Year's Evil. I just thought maybe it was something else I could pick her out of.
I think I only know her from Happy Days.
Yeah.
But I think I just saw the Susie Quattro or the Leather Tuscadero one not too long ago. He comes on and sings a song.
So did you bring this up, the Superdome? You brought that up the other day.
Yeah. I saw that too. We've got to get our eyeballs on that.
Is it a freaking football movie?
Maybe.
What is it? It's Super Bowl. There's a lot of drama. One of the players, Dave Walecki, has been so preoccupied with the game, and if his bum knee will hold out until the game, he had been completely, I don't care anymore. I don't want to see this.
Please. Can you tell me what Extreme Ghostbusters is? Oh, it's the cartoon. It's like the cartoon after the good cartoon.
Was he in that?
No, I don't know. I don't know how I got. He did something for Ren and Stimpy, and I clicked on John Crickfalusi, and it just went downhill from there.
See, we brought this up the other day, too, was The Glove from 1979.
Yeah. Haven't seen. It's on the list. I'm writing it down right now.
All right, write it down. But that also has Keenan Wynn in it.
Right, yeah. You'd be hard-pressed to find anything from the 70s that doesn't have Keenan Wynn in it. He's in Laser Blast. I think they just paid him in alcohol to do Laser Blast. That sounds like he's drunk. He's the pool player in Automan. I'm just going to bring up Automan once every...
Okay.
TJ
I do want to go back and see Dead and Buried, though.
Yes, that's a good one.
But Laverne and Shirley, the Jeffersons, Fall Guy.
Yeah, they're just naming shows.
Oh, man, he was in everything. He was a voice of the cow in Mighty Mouse.
Let's see the Bat people. Lots of bat and vampires and stuff.
Did you click on Zombie Death House?
No, I haven't.
It is directed by John Saxon.
What?
A renegade federal agent uses a new drug to create an army of unbeatable warriors.
But somehow they get beaten by the end of the movie.
Do you have anything in his trivia here?
says that he looks a lot like a stuntman.
Mm-hmm.
What does it say? I don't know how it words it.
Bill Hart.
Bore an uncanny resemblance to stuntman Bill Hart, which you click on Bill Hart and it's like, yeah, maybe if they put his head in like a paint shaker or something. He if you kind of squint,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
No, I still don't see it.
Not really.
I just assumed there would have been something that connected him with, if it said something about first to speak Klingon, I think it would be in his trivia.
Yeah. You want to just ask your wife? Does she know this?
I just brought up Mackenzie Aston. She's like, oh yeah, Mackenzie, he's in one of my favorite TV shows now. And I'm like, really? What is it? And she's like,
What?
The Magicians. And I'm like, oh, I don't care.
I've seen that. Summer watched it for a couple of episodes. I know what she's talking about. That's why he looks like instantly familiar to me too.
There are so many TV shows that she watches that I stick my head in, I shake my head, I walk out.
That's basically what I do. Yeah, you got it.
Oddball cemetery caretaker Sam and the offbeat zombie doozy, Dead and Buried.
It is a doozy.
A doozy. I could not pick him out of Halloween 4. I've seen that movie many times.
Yeah, I know. And the fact that he's a doctor.
Probably a small role anyway.
Yes, exactly. He comes in, says one line, and then walks back out, probably.
Michael directed 2 low-budget 70s drive-in exploitation features for Charles Band.
Yeah, Charles and Albert and all of them are all over his movie stuff.
But I didn't try to click on his director credits here. I always go past director and producer. I don't know why.
I think it's the way that IMDb kind of groups them together.
So it was Mansion of the Doomed and Cinderella. So there was a 1977 Cinderella. What the shit? I should not have clicked on this.
I told you it was softcore.
And it has Cy Richardson in it, who is in Repo Man.
Oh, wow. He has
light.
Hardly any credit.
Yeah.
And you just
I just happened to find him here. Wow.
Boy, you see that guy once and you're like, you always remember his face.
Cinderella traces the misadventures of our heroine, who via the help of her fairy godmother is granted heightened sexual prowess to win over Prince Charming.
What is that? What does that even mean?
That means she's horny.
Oh, gross. I just don't want to think about any of these people in the 70s being horny.
No.
And which sucks because I know all of them were. Literally all of them were.
Cheryl Smith played Cinderella. She was in Up in Smoke.
Oh, yeah. Maybe one of the girls that goes to the Battle of the Bands with them.
Credited as Laughing Lady.
Oh, maybe she's the one that does the big line of a Clorox off of the paper plate.
She was in a movie called Boogie Vision.
They just crammed 2 movies together.
It's looks like it's a cartoon. Maybe not. I don't know. I am no longer looking at it. Click. It's gone.
Good.
That was so close.
See, honey, don't you feel better? Now that you clicked off of that?
It was so close. She was one of the swinging cheerleaders.
Oh.
It all makes sense.
Who are we talking about again? Cinderella?
The girl who played Cinderella.
Okay.
Cheryl Smith. So, interesting. Revenge of the Cheerleaders, Pom Pom Girls, Phantom of the Paradise. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Evil Knievel was her first credit.
Oh, my God. I've seen that not too long ago.
We talked about it, too. Oh, it was a long time ago. Couldn't tell you what episode.
It has Fred Astaire in it.
She was in a movie called Parasite. Do you remember Parasite?
I've seen that. Yeah, I just watched it not too long
Demi
ago.
Moore
I think, if I'm thinking of the right girl, I think she birthed a alien in the movie.
Wow. She's credited with Captive Girl.
Yeah, it's a real cheap
And Tom Villard is in that.
Tom Villard.
You remember from Popcorn?
Oh yeah, the goofy guy.
Yeah, we did a little deep dive on him.
Did we?
Yeah.
And you're going to have to tell me which episode that is, because I don't remember it.
I think it was your guy.
Maybe it was. How many times did Heartbreak Ridge pop up? No, I think, wasn't it someone else that just happened to be...
And we just happened to cross paths with him?
I
Maybe.
think it was. It wasn't a Van Peebles. Now that's going to bug me, because I remember that at least.
Wow. Maybe we just brought him up because he was in One Crazy Summer. That's what it was. Funny that he was in Parasite with Demi Moore as well.
Demi Moore is in Parasite?
Yes, and it's a Charles Band film, and I've never seen this.
Now I know. I think I was talking about a different... now there's a new movie called Parasite. Maybe the old one.
This one is totally going on my list.
From 82.
Paul Dean has created a deadly parasite that is now attached to his stomach. He and his female companion, Patricia Wells, must find a way to destroy it while also trying to avoid Rickus, his redneck, and evil government agent named Merchant. I have no idea what I just said.
I think it was mostly because whoever wrote that didn't do a very good job.
As a 12-year-old.
Yeah. I have seen this recently. It is not the one that I was thinking about. The one I was thinking about was in space. But, yeah, this looks like a good one.
Well, my wife is always up for a Charles Band film.
Yeah. And it looks like I am too, because, I mean, it's not an accident that they keep on getting brought up over and over and over again.
They're just our type of films.
Yeah, we gravitate towards a more Bandian type movie.
That's very good.
We can call it.
Are we bandoliers?
Maybe. Or
Band of the Handians?
Oh, that seems too much like masturbating.
Yeah, that's porn.
Yeah, we're real bandheads.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Who were we talking about again?
Well, it was Michael Pataki about an hour ago. Mario Van Peebles? I don't know.
No, that's where it was. I had to back up like 6 times to get back to your guy, which I have trouble saying his name. Pataki. He's
from Ohio, so that doesn't really give you any help.
But in Ren and Stimpy, he played Cal, George Liquor, and the Devil.
Yeah, some of those credits are like, I think they are for remember when they did Ren and Stimpy again? They years later brought out a few episodes, but they were kind of dirty.
Maybe, because here it is in 2003, it was Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon.
Right.
He played George Liquor. Same character. Very interesting. Oh, might want to watch this.
If you guys want to see Michael Pataki, the NST doing Side Hackers is pretty good, but also just watch Rocky IV again. It was a good movie. But that's it.
All right. Is he still with us? No, he has passed. 2010, he died from cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer sucks. Was only 5'6".
I saw that.
Just a little guy.
Immediately after you said he died of cancer, this insult his height. Like that justifies it. He died of cancer. Well, he was 5 foot.
Maybe he was too close to the earth.
Yeah. Gravity got him, sucked him down. All right.
Clicking off this guy.
Okay.
You about ready to go down this yarn?
Yes, let's go.
Do we need, I feel like
music, a theme?
Yeah, we need an interlude. It's always going to go back to something we don't care about, like Tonight Show.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Repo Man.
Not a lot to work with, but out of a few people.
Everybody that's been in Alex's films, come back and see you again in Alex's films.
Yeah, true.
I did see, I think we talked about it, that in the trivia, It's like the first thing here. No special effects were used in making the Chevy Malibu glow while parked at the repossession lot. Instead, the car was completely coated with 3M reflective paint at an approximate price of $600 per bucket. That's where your funds went.
That's where your cancer started. They'd not pay me enough to get in that thing. That can't be safe.
No. I wonder if somewhere, some salvage yard at night, this car's still glowing.
Yeah. Yes. It gives off a soft hum when you get near it. Like radioactive. Where were you going with that?
I was just reading a little bit of trivia. Harry Dean Stanton wanted to do a baseball-type signal to Emilio Estevez in a scene where he had to show him where to park the car. Cox, a notorious sports hater, refused the suggestion. According to Alex Cox on the DVD commentary, Stanton lost his temper. I've worked with the greatest directors of all time, Francis Ford Coppola, Monty Hellman. You know, they're great because they let me do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Oh.
Somebody was drinking on the set.
I don't like thinking of I guess I do kind of like thinking of Harry Dean Stanton just like flying off the handle and screaming at somebody. Adds to the mystique.
We still go through a lot of trivia on this, and it hurt our heads last time. It will hurt our heads now. So let's go straight into our character actors here. For Repo Man, Harry Dean Stanton, Emilio Estevez, Tracy Walter.
Yeah.
Which I started to go down his path. Interesting stuff. He's been in a ton of shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He does have a very interesting...
I even looked at Cy Richardson for a little bit, and now knowing that I could have gone to all sorts of things that you were playing around, too.
Yeah. Emilio can take you some weird places.
I didn't want to go through Emilio because he's so well known.
Right.
So I chose somebody that I didn't know much about, Fox Harris.
All right. Oh, boy.
I think his role in Repo Man was just excellent.
Yeah.
I think if they would have gone with like, who were they talking about?
Oh, forgot who you said. God, my mind. Dennis Hopper.
We can't think of the simplest name.
I know. Dennis Hopper. His name is Dennis.
Because we're stressed so much about these little guys like Fox Harris.
Yeah. Like we can't even understand normal names anymore. It has to be something weird.
But if Dennis Hopper would have played this character
it would.
And Repo Man, it would have been totally different. I think Fox Harris did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Really did.
Because he legitimately seems unhinged instead of...
Exactly.
He's not acting.
Very unhinged. He played in several of... We've already talked about this in several of Alex Cox's movies.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Human Highway. I just clicked on that because that was directed by Dean Stockwell and Neil Young. Yeah, we talked about this. It just seems so long ago.
Yeah, but you can't just say something out loud like that and then just leave it there.
Yeah,
it's just like, what the fuck?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is unbelievable.
Fox Harris was also in My Favorite Year, and I clicked on that because that's one that didn't that get like critical acclaim?
Yeah, and I vaguely I don't know if I've ever seen it.
No, but directed by Richard Benjamin. It's like, how many ways can shit be connected?
For sure.
Every episode, we just peel back some more of that onion. I use the onion analogy just because I'm crying right now.
Yeah, exactly. My nose is running for some reason. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not realize. I know we've talked about Human Highway before,
mm-hmm.
but I guess I just didn't bother looking it up because it looks
bizarre,
completely insane.
It is LSD fueled.
Devo's in it. Okay, I must find this movie immediately. Hey, I just want to point out real quick. Have you ever seen a movie on IMDb that none of the cast has filled in their profile picture? I'm looking at one right now. It's probably got 50 people in the cast, and there's not one profile picture.
That's awesome.
I'm going to say what it is.
All right, so Fox Harris, I clicked on Evil Spawn. Okay, because this looked like it should be a banned film.
Yes, when it almost sounds like another better movie.
But Evil Spawn, a scientist using microbes in experiments but dies before his work is finished. An aging actress injects herself with the serum on purpose? Wait, why?
And then she sits on it.
An aging actress injects herself with the serum, and bacterium transforms her into a hideous bug alien, resulting...
Alien?
Yeah, I can you...
I mean...
Yeah, I don't know if they understand what that means.
I mean, this sounds a lot like The Fly. We've got to kick it up a bit. It's an alien, too.
Yeah, she's an alien. But it has Bobby Breese.
Yeah.
Breese? It has to be Charles Band because she was also in Ghoulies. She was also in Mausoleum.
Yeah.
Star Slammer is here, which I think that may have been a banned film. That was Fred Olin Ray.
Star Slammers sounds disgusting.
2 women have been unjustly confined to a prison planet and plot their escape while having to put up with lesbian guards, crazed wardens, and mutant rodents.
Put up with. Wow.
Must see it. I need to see it.
I agree. That sounds like something I would be very, very interested in. All right.
And that has Ross Hagen in it.
Ugh, never mind.
That just turned you off. Don't need to see it.
Oh, I remember the cover for Star Slammer.
The name doesn't seem to fit.
No, because when you're looking at the cover, you're basically just trying to see a nipple. You're not looking at the top.
So, Fox Harris was also in Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
Okay, good.
I think we brought this up before. Terry Garr and Flapjack Floozy. I know, that's the actual name. It's a TV movie called Terry Garr and Flapjack Floozy.
Oh.
And surprisingly, it does have Terry Garr in it.
Good. At least that one thing seems true and pure in this world.
Mutant on the Bounty.
Ooh, I love that.
Gotta watch that. I think he was typecast because he was, like you said, he looked unhinged, and he played that so well that they're like, you know what? You get to be in every strange freaking film.
Exactly. They can do one like human trick, and then they're doing that in every movie that they're in. You know, the kind of chubby guy from X-Files that can make his eyes like dance back and forth?
Right. That's called nystagmus. We talked about that.
We did?
Yeah, it's not that he can do it. It was actually an affliction.
Right. Basically, the director is like, and also, while you're in this scene, can you do the thing? And he's like, I'm doing the thing 100% of the time. The director's like, good. I just making sure you were going to do the eye thing. Just goes back to his trailer and drinks.
Fox Harris was also in Alienator.
Yeah. A series of alien ripoffs.
Yeah, directed by Fred Olin Ray.
Yeah.
This had Jan Michael Vincent in it.
Oh.
And Ross Hagen.
It's like I blocked it. I don't even know who that is anymore.
You bring him up so often too. I mean,
I just didn't realize that there was so much that he spilled over into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was just like truly in only like abysmal movies.
Fox Harris was in a movie called Warlords.
Okay.
Directed by Fred Olin Ray.
Okay.
Do you see a trend here?
I'm starting to see a pattern.
Warlords is Dow is an ex-soldier searching the wasteland for his wife who was taken from him by the warlord. Only with an disembodied, wisecracking head and a renegade woman named Danny as his companions, they roam the terrain to try to get back the woman that Dow Lost. Yeah, I was fine with not reading the rest of that.
Stop.
It's
Stop.
David Carradine,
I know.
Sid Haig, Ross Hagen,
That is already too much fake.
and Brink Stevens.
Oh, okay. Well, at least there's something.
And I looked her up recently. One person that I follow on Twitter, I guess, posted a bunch of pictures of her. And I was like, holy shit, I know who this is. She's been in a shit ton of things.
Yeah.
A ton of horror films. I guess she has no problem with just being naked all the time.
Michelle Bauer is also in this movie, too. She's on par with Brink Stevens as far as scream queen.
Brink Stevens was in Fatal Games that I watched not too long ago, and we did a little deep dive on that.
Was it like a lawn dart, stuff like that?
Yes, that was
Fatal
a javelin guy, the javelin killer.
Oh, yes.
That had Sally Kirkland in it.
Oh, my God. That is awesome.
Brink Stevens is in Body Double, and I wouldn't mind going to do Body Double, but I think it's a little too much for what we we do. But Brink Stevens, Slumber Party Massacre.
Good.
Private School, Soul Survivor.
Yeah,
it's spelled SOLE, right?
Yeah, I remember the cover of that one. It's like a skull coming up through a radar screen or something.
Exactly. The lone survivor of a plane crash is haunted by a feeling of unworthy of survival. And dead people start coming to her to collect her. That's just what it says. Dead people start coming after her to collect her. Lunch money? It seems like there should be something else. I don't know.
I collect her compost, her recycling,
collect her gym dues,
fingernail clipping. What is it?
I don't know. I'm intrigued.
Why aren't you telling us? Stop not telling us. Michelle Bauer was in Dr. Alien. I want to bring that one back every episode too.
Okay.
Dr. Alien.
Brink Stevens was in This is Spinal Tap.
Yes.
She plays a dream girl. She has so many freaking credits that are just like Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity, Sorority Babes, and the Slimeball Bolorama.
Yeah. Kit, Lotta, Julia, Roxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see a trend here. Girl in shower, girl in dressing room, Missy.
She was Betsy in Demon Warp. Oh my God, dude. I knew Demon Warp was going to come up eventually.
And I don't think I've ever seen Demon Warp.
Oh, man.
But I think the manager at the video store had it incorrectly titled on the sticker.
Mm-hmm.
And it said Demon Rap.
Oh, it's like a burrito from Taco Bell. Or it's like a fourth meal item or something. Towards the end of Warlords, it just goes harem girl, harem girl, harem girl, harem girl, mutant soldier, mutant, 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 mutant.
And I have no problem with her being in 211 credits.
Wow.
She has like 20 things in post-production right now.
Great.
Unbelievable. She's really, I mean, hey, by all means.
Also, she has books and, she's written like a memoir. And
awesome.
I have a book that she contributed to called Screaming in High Heels.
Awesome.
And it's just kind of a little, collection of everything, like Linnea Quigley and her and Michelle Bauer and Jewel Shepard and all the kind of 80s scream queens.
I want that book.
Yeah, it's got lots of pictures and
it's got pictures. You'll love it.
I wasn't saying that because it does have text too.
For you, Tim, there's pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. Glossy. Okay, where are we going now?
She was in The Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. All right, and we brought this up a couple of times, have we not?
Yes, but that was it. I never even looked at it.
A guy named Eric owns a huge house, and some greedy people want to build a mall over it. So they get someone to burn down his house. Eric is badly burned, but not dead, and years later the mall opens. What they don't realize is that Eric is living underneath the mall, and he's very angry. It sounds horrible.
It sounds horrible. And I'm not looking at the cast of characters. I'm just looking at the images.
Mm-hmm.
Pauly Shore for sure is in it.
Oh, yeah.
Morgan Fairchild is in it.
Yes.
That might be the only two people that I recognize.
And Ken Foree.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind going down to Ken Foree.
Yeah, that'd be a rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we'll definitely do that.
He has 111 credits. I mean, that's nothing to spit at. He just seems like he's been around forever.
I want to say he's a Stuart Gordon guy. Like, he's been in a couple of Stuart Gordon movies because he was in From Beyond.
And he's only 72, so he's still got some kick left to him.
Yeah. He's a really good actor. I mean, he's huge, you know. He's great in Dawn of the Dead. And
Dawn of the Dead looks like his second movie.
Yeah, he looks really young in it.
He did a movie called The Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings.
I don't know.
I just want to punch somebody over that title. But it has Billy D. Williams, James Earl Jones, Richard Pryor,
Dom DeLuise. You know, it's like Smokey and the Bandit or something.
Yeah.
We ought to do one of those movies one of these days. Just like one of those like huge cast. It's all like just crappy dialogue and stunts. You know, the whole movie is just stunts one after the other.
And we can keep a tally of how many things could not be pulled off in today's movies.
True. Yeah, you can't just trip a horse and have it fall on its head. Can't do that anymore, guys.
But Ken was in the episode of Benson.
Sure.
The A-Team, Remington Steele, Hill Street Blues, T.J. Hooker. There was a series called Tales of the Gold Monkey.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Really? I don't know. I've never seen that. That's from Donald P. Belisario, who's been like a producer for TV shows forever.
Yep.
That is The Adventures of a 1930s Pacific Island bush pilot and his companions. Never heard of it. So, but Ken was in like Dallas, Cheers.
Yeah, great.
Quantum Leap.
Of course.
I don't remember him in Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Did we not talk about this before? Because it has Vigo.
Oh, right.
Right. Has Tom Everett. I didn't realize that they were both in it. I really didn't. I was just clicking on it.
Tom Everett?
Tom Everett, who played Rabbit in prison.
Oh. Gotcha. I'm with you.
Yeah. Very interesting. But Ken was also in a movie called, I'm looking at my notes here, Night of the Warrior.
What did you say? Night of the what?
Night of the Warrior.
Of the Warrior.
Where the fuck did I find that one?
I don't know. Okay, yeah, Lorenzo Lamas.
There it is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh right in the middle of his name.
Look at who directs that.
Let's take a look. Oh, Raphael Zielinski? No, Thomas Ian Griffith wrote it.
There you go.
Oh.
That's what I was looking at.
My God. Are we doing Karate Kid 3 for our next movie?
No.
We better not be, is what I'm trying to say.
No, and I'm so lost. I can't even find this in Ken's.
Do you know which movie you're going to do? It better not be vampires either.
That was pretty interesting that
he wrote it.
You wouldn't think of him as a writer to begin with.
Yeah, but it's more like, okay, he's writing, I guess, quote unquote. You kick that guy, and then this guy comes in and kick him also. You know, it's not like the movie.
But he wrote a movie for Lorenzo Lamas to kick some ass. So this Night of the Warrior, Miles Keene pays for his debts for his dancing bar back by illegal fighting.
What? That doesn't even make any sense.
Thomas Ian Griffith, what the fuck were you smoking?
That is the shortest description I've ever heard.
Oh, because I didn't go on.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get it. I get it already.
Get it. But Bill Irwin
Okay.
was in this movie.
How many moves is this so far? It seems a lot.
I'm almost there, but we have to talk about Bill Irwin. You look at his face, you're like, oh my God, he's been in everything.
Yeah.
And he was.
Yeah.
243 credits.
Wow. Jesus.
And this is the guy I told you. I mean, you could probably look down his thing, and he's probably been listed as Clarence a dozen times because he looks like a Clarence. He's just an old man.
Yeah.
He played Santa in the Jeff Foxworthy show.
Right.
Why?
But he is also managing to be in like the most popular TV series of all time. He's in Seinfeld. He's in Drew Carey. He's in Mad About You.
He was just an old man. He was a grandpa.
Yeah, he's just kind of plopping down on a recliner.
And he got typecast as a grandpa.
Yeah.
He was in The Mommies.
Yeah, he was in Somewhere in Time, which I loved that movie when I was a kid.
I did too, and it's one of those I don't think we should go back and watch because it'll probably ruin it. Because, I mean, it's all ruined by a penny or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
It has a really dumb, like, everything leading up to the ending is pretty great. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Bill Irwin was in 8 episodes of Growing Pains.
Okay.
He played Buzz, Janitor, Chester, and Lester.
Just a lot of janitors in his IMDb for some reason.
Maurice, Lloyd, Bub, and Edgar.
The one where he plays Maurice.
You know this one?
Did some people call him the Space Cowboy too? Can you imagine this guy being a space cowboy?
He was also the grandfather, and She's Having a Baby.
Oh.
I got to keep bringing it up.
It's like a gut punch every time you do it.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. He was Man on Plane.
Oh.
He played a senator in Silver Spoons.
Okay.
He played a orchestra conductor in Stewardess School. We talked about that before. That's why I had to bring it up.
Why is there an orchestra in a movie called Stewardess School?
He was in a movie called Invitation to Hell.
Oh, that's nice.
Wes Craven directed it. I'm like, I've never seen this.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. What's it called?
Invitation to Hell.
Oh, okay.
Has Robert Urich, Joanna Cassidy, Susan Lucci, Kevin McCarthy, Punky Brewster's in there. The kid from freaking Neverending Stories in there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nicholas Worth's in there. Like, never heard of it.
Yeah.
A family moves to a suburban town only to be coerced into joining a suspicious club. But he was in Voyagers.
Oh, cool.
You remember Voyagers?
Sure.
For some reason, I thought that was on forever.
Yeah, and it's not.
No, 20 episodes.
I remember it was like, what's the show with the flea stack?
Land of the Lost?
Land of the Lost. It was like that. Like, I don't know why young me that loved TV could not figure out, like, times that stuff was going to be on. Mm-hmm. Because I felt like I only watched Voyagers and Land of the Lost by, like, happy mistake. You know what I mean? It would just be on. And, yeah, I probably have seen the same episode of Voyagers, like, 10 times or something.
So there's a TV movie that he was in called Tarantulas, the Deadly Cargo.
Yes, I remember the subtitle.
So it has Claude Akins, Burt Remsen, Pat Hingle, Tom Atkins, Howard Hessman, and a guy by the name of Alex Colon. Think he just went by A. Colon?
Yeah, I guess. It's just one. It's like Prince. It's just a dot with a comma under it.
He was also in Candy Stripe Nurses.
I do remember that.
Do you?
Yeah, that was on Cinemax.
Mm-hmm. Young, pretty nurses and their hospital adventures. That's
it. It's like parentheses, the STDs.
It's a comedy thriller.
Oh. I don't know if that. I think they created a new genre.
I think so.
Like Stakeout's a comedy thriller.
Yeah. Good. You got a good point there.
I know.
So for old TV, he goes back a long, long ways. I'm just saying Bill Irwin's been around for a long time, but he was in a movie called, let me see if I can find it.
On the edge of my seat. I should probably scoot back.
The Willies.
Okay.
Do you remember the Willies? I can't even find where it is. There's too much.
Yeah, maybe.
You already know where I'm going, don't you?
I hope so.
So The Willies has Sean Astin in it.
Oh.
I'm like, what? How did I come all the way back around to that? Has James Karen in it.
Yeah, it has Joshua John Miller in it.
It has Doug Benson in it.
Yeah.
Playing a zombie.
He's mentioned that before on his podcast.
So very interesting.
Uh-huh.
Now you're still on the edge of your seat?
No, it also has the dude from Twin Peaks in it. The kind of bad boy, but he's a good guy. He's with Manchin Amick. Anyway.
Okay. The Willies reads, two brothers camping with their cousin try to frighten each other by telling stories. There are two main narrations. One involves strange happenings in an elementary school, and the other a teenage boy with a peculiar interest. I don't remember ever seeing this.
Isn't Brian Peck somebody?
Is he somebody?
He's one of the punks in Return of the Living Dead. He's Scuzz.
Ah, very interesting. But Joshua John Miller, we brought him up just the other day because, he's the kid in Near Dark. He was in Communion with a freaking
guy that killed.
Oh my God, Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
We can't think of the easiest names.
I was trying to say the guy that pushed
Natalie Wood off the boat.
Natalie Wood. We can laugh about it now.
Yes.
It's been a long time ago.
Joshua John Miller, I didn't realize he was in Halloween 3.
No, I did not either. Is he just one of the kids?
He had to be. That was 1982. That was his first movie.
Wow, because he almost today was my guy, because I was like, it has to happen sometime.
Mm-hmm.
His career is like crazy to me.
So you want me to go ahead and just state it?
Yes.
Next week's film?
Yes.
Class of 1999.
Oh, very good.
Written by C. Courtney Joyner, who also wrote what? Prison.
Wow.
How We Come Back Around. Class of 1999 reads, robot teachers have secretly placed the schools... robot teachers have secretly... Oh my God. I'm dead. I'm done.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Just you guys do the work. I'm tired of putting all this crap together for you.
Robot teachers have been secretly placed in the schools where the students have run riot. The teachers do a good job of controlling the unruly youngsters until they go too far and some students get suspicious.
I think you're actually like...
Am I trying too hard? It sounds horrible. You wanted to do this movie. I've never seen this movie. But staying in the same punk era as Repo Man, I thought this would be a good transition. 1990, our first 90s film.
Interesting.
That has Tracy Lind, Malcolm McDowell, Stacy Keach, Pam Grier, Joshua John Miller, and other people.
Yeah. Lee Ehrenberg is in it.
I see that. Oh, shit.
And then right below him,
Rose McGowan. Wow.
She's probably the same age as Joshua John Miller, I would think, in that movie. And John T. Ryan That's another face that you see all the time, you know. It just has a very weird, distinctive face. Awesome. I think I've seen this movie not too awful long ago, and I always get it mixed up with
Class of 1984.
no, the one with Timothy Van Patten.
Speaking
My mind
of,
is
the director
blank.
Mark Lester produced Class of 1984. Are these in the same universe? Is it a sequel?
I'd like to think of it like that, even though the movie doesn't give us any clue that that's the case. Probably.
He was the executive producer on The Funhouse.
Yeah, that is a cool movie.
Let's see. He directed Firestarter, directed Commando. He directed Class of 1984. Truck Stop Women. I've got to click on it. 1974. Truck Stop Women.
Wow.
A mother and daughter who run a brothel for truckers fight back when the mafia tries to take over their operation.
That sounds disgusting.
It has Dennis Fimple in it. I don't know.
No.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, no.
Just wanted to say Dennis Fimple. All right, so Class of 1999.
That's our homework.
You've seen it. I have not. My wife said she'd be interested in watching it with me. I make her watch most of our movies anyway.
Well, yeah, especially when they're fun, like, 80s trash.
Which is where we like to stick around, yeah.
Like to root around.
I didn't realize this is 1990, or I may have changed my mind to stay in the 80s.
Yeah, well, we had to do it at some point.
Yeah. We're not branching out. We'll go back to the 60s next week. Who knows?
Oh, for sure. I've got one that I don't care what I have to do to get back to it. I'm stuck on it for our next one.
There is actually a sequel to the Class of 1999 called The Substitute.
Oh, see, I've gone down this hole before recently.
In the original movie, the cyborg teachers were all destroyed. Well, that's what we thought. There's one more rogue military robot out there determined to clean up the education system. And it's up to Sasha Mitchell to take it all down. All right, we're not going to be watching that one. We will be watching Class of 1999 and Running Riot. That's what I said, Run Riot. That's what that threw me off in the description here.
Yeah.
Where the students have run riot. I don't know if I like that or not.
I guess we'll accept that.
You need to rewrite that for me.
Okay.
All right.
Run amok, I think, is probably.
And that's good. Scrolling through the pictures here, and I see some bloody faces.
Yeah, there's blood.
All right. You got anything else to add about this?
No, but I feel like everything leading up to this has just, answering a question with a question. There's so many loose threads. But maybe before next week, I can I took some notes this time, so I think maybe I'm going to really try to feel like it's a code that we need to decipher,
Mm-hmm.
Once we finally figure it out. There's like a linchpin that we can discover diving into this IMDb trivia.
I'm just looking at Patrick Kilpatrick.
Just the laziest parents in the world.
Exactly. He's been in a ton of things. He's been a bad guy. He looks like stacked.
and he has big breath.
Yeah, he's gonna get a C cup.
Oh, who is it? Who are you talking about?
Patrick Kilpatrick.
Patrick.
Oh my God, he was in Remo Williams.
Who wasn't at this point?
But yeah, I just saw his bloody face and the pictures, and I just had to click on him.
He's got kind of like a Dave Bautista face.
Yeah.
Like it was a normal face, and then it's just been beaten into this weird shape that it is now. Yeah, I recognize that guy's just in tons of stuff.
Mm-hmm. He's got a ton of shit. I might be writing his name down. Patrick killed my parents. Kirkpatrick. Got it.
He had some kind of weird political views too, which is always great.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad you went straight to his Twitter account.
He wrote a book.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Death Warrant? That's a Van Damme movie. I don't think I've even heard of it.
I don't remember it, but I remember seeing it.
Him young, now I'm like, oh shit, he's a henchman in literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
He probably shows up in Lethal Weapon and, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, he's got a picture here of 46 on IMDb for class of 1999. Is just, that just makes him look like every movie he's been in.
Right.
He's got these wide eyes and he's wearing a wife beater. Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Class of 1999. We're going to have a good time with it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Anything else you want to add about Repo Man?
I have nothing. My mind is a blank.
I get a hangover after doing one of these episodes because I'm spent.
Yeah. When I get up to like find some nourishment at the end of these things, I'm kind of stumbling and it's like I've really gone through something.
All right. Well, let's just tell our audience here that check out our website. We're continue
in the process of
words. I need to form words to make sentences. There.
Yeah.
Good.
Just get the keywords.
Website. Stuff. Click on.
Moratorium.
Buy t-shirts.
We're a .com, not a .org.
There you go. Check out Chris's blog post. She's got several things up there. Some really interesting stuff. I put up some stuff every now and then. Okay, I put up one thing. I have started to write another one and just kind of fell short because my job obviously is to edit the show.
Yeah, you're the tech guy.
And I spend a lot of time to make us sound good just for you.
Yep, the sacrifice.
And there's a reason why we're not on video. Right?
Yes, that's also true. I am stark naked.
Oh, well. All right, guys. You got anything else to offer?
Nope, that's it.
All right, take us home, Podcat.
Oh.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This episode was not supposed to go this long. It really wasn't.
Whoa, is it long?
Clicking stop right now. You've been listening to The Yarn Wall, an MT Cornfield production. For more fun and stupidity, stay tuned. Next week, Jason and I stay punk and glide into the future that is now the past and try to make it past first period in the class of 1999. You can catch this Run Riot flick on YouTube for free. Again, please like, share, and subscribe, then rinse and repeat. We appreciate your support. If you have any movie suggestions, or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS.
And sometimes I feel like some of this is like just erasing better stuff. You know what I mean?